Hello, I'm Mayor Paul Rennemeyer, and I'd like to give you an update on the state of our town for our community, Windsor, Colorado. It's important that leaders such as myself have a clear picture of where we've been, where we're headed, and how we plan to accomplish our goals. Windsor has changed immensely over the last few decades. It's clear that the entire region is experiencing massive growth, and with that growth comes potential challenges and opportunities. I am pleased to report that the town of Windsor sees several opportunities in 2022 to improve our infrastructure, plan for future successes, and protect our small town feel, and provide first-class quality of life programs and services. All of these efforts are what make our town one of the greatest communities to live, work, and play, and that's why the theme of this year's State of the Town is celebrating our success. Building and maintaining a solid multimodal transportation network throughout Windsor is important and involves a lot of funding, staff, and a little cooperation from the weather. In 2022, there were more vehicular and pedestrian improvement projects on the books than in previous years, which led to several successful pedestrian and roadway improvements, including the widening of State Highway 392 between 17th Street and Colorado Boulevard, improved drainage and installation of pedestrian trails along New Liberty Road between the Raindance subdivision and 7th Street, the completion of traffic signal design at Hollister Lake Road and Sundance Drive, the installation of bus shelters along Windsor's Poudre Express route, improved signage, pavement striping, and flashing beacons at several pedestrian crossings in town. The two most notable beacons were installed at 5th and Main Street and at 15th Street and the number 2 Ditch Trail. Celebrating more success, crews replaced 5,623 feet of sidewalk in 2022 as part of our pavement and concrete maintenance program. Staff also overlaid 3.5 miles of streets and seal-coated 4.4 miles of streets, applied crack seal on 17.1 miles of road, and improved accessibility on 76 sidewalk ramps. I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to mention downtown parking. A citizen-led petition was submitted to the town board, and in September, the board referred the measure to the voters. Voters supported ballot 200. It was a big deal to the community, and it's a big deal to me. I can't speak on behalf of the entire Downtown Development Authority board, but zoning was modified by way of the resolution, and the DDA is determining how to best move forward. They plan to gather input, and I anticipate we'll know more as the year progresses. Furthermore, after an extensive public input process and the adoption of the 2022 Downtown Parking Plan, the Town of Windsor staff were able to identify over 361 new parking spaces. Stay up to date with the parking plan and its implementation on our Windsor Project Connect website. In the meantime, staff continue to identify additional parking opportunities in downtown, which includes work towards creating public-private shared use agreements with property owners and parking adjacent to their property. The final segment of the number 2 Ditch Trail was completed last summer, making it a 6-mile continuous paved path extending between the Kiger Reservoir and the Great Western Trail. The trail crosses very few streets, making it an easy walk, run, or bicycle ride for people of all ages. And it provides convenient access to several schools, parks, municipal services, restaurants, subdivisions, Windsor Lake, and the downtown district. Safety is paramount, and I'm very proud of our Windsor Police Department. The Windsor Police Department started its very first ever canine unit by welcoming 2 dogs, Zuma and Zaros, and has hired its first ever dedicated emergency manager. If there's an emergency, the person in this position will lead the town's response during and after emergencies and in coordination with public safety and elected officials. In April, Windsor Police Department sponsored the Special Olympics Colorado Polar Plunge and 5K and raised over $105,000 on behalf of Special Olympics Colorado. In Windsor, our main street is vibrant with thriving businesses, and other areas of the town reflect the same, and we continue to celebrate business success. To help attract and retain businesses, our economic development team launched 2 new software programs dedicated to supporting local business success. Size Up is a software tool that provides valuable market comparison data, and Placer is an advanced location-based software that provides foot traffic and competitive leakage and risk data. We also implemented a public art program last year. In October, the town's first art mural, a 40-foot outdoor mural, was completed. This new public art piece is a vibrant display of colors with Windsor-specific imagery and I was thrilled to be a guest bartender at the ribbon cutting. Windsor's volunteer program was launched as well, just prior to the start of the summer season, and it's impressive to see the positive impact volunteers can make on our community. In total, 297 volunteers contributed 2,469 hours of service to our community in 2022. Fiscally, Town Board and Windsor's finance team continue to identify opportunities that support responsible tax dollar stewardship. In 2022, the finance team secured funding for the future expansion of Windsor's wastewater treatment plant. The expansion is necessary to ensure that the town of Windsor can meet future town needs and federal regulation guidelines. The team also identified an opportunity to pay the loan off on the Community Recreation Center expansion. The project was completed in 2016 and the loan was paid in full, allowing 0.55% of voter-approved dedicated sales tax to retire 12 years early. Fiscal stewardship continues to be one of the town's highest priorities, and the early payoff exemplifies this commitment. Windsor's newly expanded archery range opened in October. The expansion included a 3D target course, new block targets, and raised platforms. Completion of this project was helped by a Colorado Parks and Wildlife grant, covering $100,000 of the $130,000 total cost of the expansion. Through Windsor's commitment to open and transparent government, participation in public input meetings is at an all-time high. Civic-minded residents actively engaged in the public process and volunteer on boards and commissions. Plans are being reviewed and adopted, budgets are being pitched, ordinances are improved, and efforts to maintain and improve Windsor's quality of life are realized here. Windsor's strategic plan was adopted in 2022, and there are several projects and performance indicators tied to the plan and to summarize major themes guiding town projects. As a result of the plan, your town board intends to focus on 3 key areas: strategic growth, vital infrastructure, and a vibrant and healthy economy. Learn more at windsorgov.com/strategic plan and visit our performance dashboard, which highlights our major projects and measures our performance. Amazing events, a safe community, well-maintained roads, affordable programs. The town of Windsor has several notable achievements in 2022. Thank you, Windsor, for your continued support. I'm proud to say that others are also taking note. Our finance team earned the Government Financial Officers Association's Distinguished Budget Presentation Award for the 17th time in 2022. The award recognizes excellence in budget documents that reflect the guidelines and best practices established by the National Advisory Council on State and Local Budgeting. The Windsor Police Department celebrated 7 Police Academy graduates in 2022. Also, congratulations should go out to Commander Aaron Lopez, who graduated from the FBI's National Academy in Quantico, Virginia. I'd also like to give a big congratulations to our Public Works Superintendent, Curtis Templeman, who earned our 2022 Employee of the Year Award. Here in Windsor, we have an amazing Public Services and GIS team, which in 2022 won the Cartograph Flag Forward Award, honoring government agencies and creating safer, more resilient communities through smart infrastructure management. And last but certainly not least, Windsor received the 2022 American Public Works Association Public Works Project Award for the Roadway Trail and Pedestrian Bridge Project at State Highway 392 and Colorado Boulevard. At the end of 2021, Windsor purchased 138 acres of land for a future police station, community park, and for use by the school district. Construction is slated to begin later this year. Once the facility is built, the building that currently houses our police department at 200 North 11th Street will be reassigned for a purpose that has yet to be determined. Work will continue on updating Windsor's comprehensive plan with opportunities for public input throughout the effort. The update is incredibly important as the plan outlines the town's long-term vision and policy agenda for important issues like land use, housing, parks, infrastructure, transportation, and more. To learn more and get involved, visit windsorgov.com/projectconnect. I cannot stress enough the value I place on a public input as a guiding factor in determining the success of this project. Thank you, voters, for entrusting us with your sales tax dollars as we put them to work with our Open Space and Trails strategic plan that was adopted in early 2022, and in November, voters approved a 0.25% sales tax in support of purchasing, conserving, and maintaining open spaces. The sales tax is projected to generate up $1.62 million annually toward the acquisition and protection of open space throughout our community. Where we get our water is an issue statewide and locally. The Colorado Water Plan, which was written by a team overseen by the Colorado Water Conservation Board, determined that cities, towns, and industries in Colorado could be short 230,000 to 740,000 acre-feet of water annually by the year 2050. I am pleased to celebrate success by saying that last year, Windsor adopted its very first emergency water plan, and in December, the Northern Integrated Supply Project, known as NISP, obtained a record of decision from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Windsor is one of 15 northern Colorado communities participating in NISP, with an expectation that the size of the project would supply Windsor's future water needs. This historic decision was the culmination of 20 years of research, planning, and design. Windsor continues to enjoy all the same services and conveniences of a large community, with the best of small town livability. We continue to have friendly, quaint neighborhoods, amazing cultural offerings, spectacular mountain views, first-rate events, such as our summer concert series, an abundance of recreational opportunities, and more. Together as a community, we've earned the right to celebrate our successes. Thank you, Windsor residents. It's my true pleasure to serve you as your mayor.